Chapter Recreate Shambala.
It so happens, for some reason, that critics of me and my book come mainly out of Novosibirsk. Yes, in general, only there do they give me a hard time. My book has been published in 3 other countries, and lots of other countries want to publish it too. In Novosibirsk, they just keep railing away. Polina is there, and I can only imagine how she suffers. The critics say about the anthology, he's come up with another ruse. He should have stayed in business. Novosibirsk television ran a broadcast about the first entrepreneurs. They mentioned me in it too, and they showed an interview with Polina. They asked my daughter, "Is your papa no longer in business?" Polina tried to say something about spirituality, but they cut her off.
In a little while, most Novosibirskers will look on you and your book with understanding. Of your old friends, the best will return to you, and new friends will appear. At one of the city centers, not far from the eternal flame, your new and former friends will build an avenue of cedars.
That's great. That's just the ticket. Just think of such a thing. An avenue of cedars near the eternal flame. That would be amazing, Anastasia, my dear dreamer. She leapt up from the grass, knelt, beaming all over, clapped her hands and suddenly whispered,
"Thank you for those words. Dear. That's me, isn't it, Vladimir? Have I become dear to you?"
"That's just how we talk. But your dream really is beautiful."
"It will come true, believe me. All of it will be as I dreamed."
"Nothing in this world happens by itself. Now, if you could create some kind of miracle in Novosibirsk. But no, not just a miracle. What can miracles do? They don't fire anyone's passion. If you can make it so that each of those cities' residents became just a little richer and happier, so that each person in Novosibirsk was happier, then people might plant that avenue. But I don't think all your forces of light put together could do that. No one could."
"You're right, Vladimir. No one has power over the human will. Unhappy or happy, each person makes his own destiny. Each person's consciousness chooses his path."
But who is playing with our consciousness? Who is keeping us from choosing the one that will make unhappy people happy?
Why look for causes outside yourself, Vladimir? What do you change if you start blaming someone? A beautiful thought was born in you, to create something good for the people of that city. I like it a lot, and I need to dream on it. Yes, wonderful, I've come up with something. That's great. All the people of Novosibirsk will go down in history. A happy generation will be born there. Each person living there will be happier right now too. Let us think together how to tell the people of the city that worries you so much, by breaking through to each person's heart and soul.
What do you want to say to each of them?
That together they can recreate Shambala.
What is this Shambala? Speak more clearly.
For centuries, seekers have been looking for a holy place on earth. They believe it is called Shambala and that in that place a connection can happen between anyone and the universal wisdom. But no one has been able to find Shambala, though seekers have traveled to foreign lands quite a bit. And they do not find it if they keep searching this way, for Shambala is inside each of us, and its outward manifestation is recreated by people.
Be more specific. What has it done for this connection with the wise universe and to be happier and not inside? All this inside stuff is hard to understand. Tell me about the outward, what has to be built, sewn, or broken.
Let each resident of the big city get a small cedar nut from a resinous cone, put it in his mouth, and hold it in his saliva. Then plant it at his home in earth in a small pot and water the earth every day. Before watering he should lower his fingers into the water. His condition must be good-natured, and let him wish himself, and most of all his descendants, his children, good and the awareness of God. And do that every day. Then a shoot will rise up, that he can have silent conversations with about what is most precious. On a summer's day when it doesn't freeze at night, he must put the pot with the shoot outside among other plants. Let it make contact with the stars, moon, and sun, know the rain, breeze, and spirit of the grasses growing nearby, and return to his house again to his friends and parents. This can be done many times, whenever there is the time and desire. Over time the shoot will grow up, After all, cedar lives more than 1500 years, and your descendants will let the new cedars tell about the soul that nurtured them. When it grows to 30 centimeters in the house, the shoot can be planted in the earth in the early spring. Let the city authorities set aside 1 square meter of land for each person who has no land of his own for the sapling. The saplings will be planted on the edge of the city, on the riverbank and along the roads, between the houses and in the middle of teeming squares. Let the people protect their own seedling and help each other. For centuries, people will come to the city from all over the earth to see them, to touch its holy objects, and to exchange a word with its happy people.
Why should people come from all over the earth? To look at the ordinary landscaping of a city. Now, if you suddenly discovered some holy objects in Novosibirsk, dolmens, for example, as in Gelendzhik. You told me about the Gelendzhik dolmens, and now people are streaming in from various cities of Russia as well as other countries. I've seen it. Every day now there are excursions to the dolmens, and every year in September, readers gather from different cities for a conference. Artists set up painting exhibits and films are shot there. And here, big deal, there will be trees growing in the city. Not even trees, just cedar saplings.
This won't be just saplings. They will be akin to the ringing cedars. Warmed by the warmth of human hearts, their soul touching man's, they will take in the universe's best rays and send them out to people. For centuries, both people and the earth will shine in this place. A new consciousness will come, and these people's discoveries on a universal scale will go all over the earth. A holy place, do you know what that is? Believe me, Vladimir, you wouldn't recognize it in your hometown.
This is all appealing, of course, but you must understand, Anastasia. No one is likely to believe just you about this. History has never known anything like it, and modern science will not confirm it. If something weightier than you, with authority, known to everyone, had shown such a thing.
The Quran speaks wisely about what the trees mean. The Buddha too learned wisdom by going off into the forest for a long time. Tell me, Vladimir, you've read the Bible, haven't you?
Yes, what of it?
The Old Testament says that before the birth of Christ, the wisest of the earth's rulers, King Solomon, used cedar to build a temple to God's glory and a house for himself. He employed thousands of people to chop down cedars, which were brought to him from far-off places. King Solomon was most wise, as the Bible says, and the Song of Songs, which he wrote, has come down to the present day. The Old Testament also says that toward the end of his life and days, his harem of wives from different countries and of different faiths began leading Solomon away from his faith. He came to know various faiths, and do you know which one took hold of him?
Which one?
The one where they plant trees as well as chop them down. As he was dying, the wise king understood that his home and his temple would be obliterated in time. His descendants would not retain power and greatness. The state's might would fade, and all that is what happened. To this day his soul agonizes over the mistake he made. The wise king understood, nothing pleasing to God can be accomplished by killing what is alive, what the Creator has made. This anguish of his soul and many human souls has gone on for millennia, gazing upon how a single mistake can last for millennia. It can be fixed, and then a beautiful dawn will rise over the world once again. The word would go out about your city over all earthly and universal channels. Of all the miracles in the world that have come down to our day, no one has yet heard of a city where each inhabitant raised such trees with a special love, kindness, and soul. Or transformed a petrified city into a dimension of love, a true, living, universal temple. For this, there must be divine awareness, so let it arise in each person, and help them understand their own and the universal purpose.
There may be a rational kernel to what you say, Anastasia, and I may write about that. Let people themselves determine it all, but you know I have to warn you. You're going to lose something here too. You keep talking about the trees. Well, basically, you won't ever be able to marry officially. You don't have the documents you need for the registry office, and here you are talking with such import about trees. Vergers already consider you a pagan, and as soon as I write these words of yours, They will not let you close to the temple near you and will never marry you.
Vladimir, write my words and let these people learn them. Do not be ashamed of these words and humble your pride. Not everyone may grasp the significance of these words right away. But your city has many scientists, and they will say what I have failed to in scientific language, if you think people will understand them more. And the journalist? Don't be angry at them for their criticism. Not all your journalists have had their say yet. And if I do have to get married, believe me, Vladimir, someone will be found to marry me.
What if people do the same thing in a different city, not Novosibirsk?
Any city can be reborn this way. In order for these actions to be carried out, a different consciousness has to take root in people, and if it does, they will change the face of the city. But there will be a first among them who will be first to know grace.
You are blessed, Anastasia, and naive, always dreaming only of what is best. All right, I will write what you have said. Let people know this too.
Thank you. Thank you. I don't know how else to show my gratitude.
Don't worry, it's not hard to write. You can add more, but just a little.
I beg of you people, do not read my words in a rush. Grasp them.
Here you are, Anastasia, answering the questions readers ask and talking about man as a creator when you're a woman. Do you know what the leader of one religion said about women?
What?
He said that women could not create. Their purpose consists in being beautiful and merely inspiring men to various deeds and creativity. But only men can create everything.
Vladimir, do you agree with such statements?
I probably could. You know, there are statistics. Science is impartial. So if you look at the statistics, this is the situation you find.
What situation?
Andrei Rublev, Surikov, Vasnetsov, Rembrandt, and other famous artists were all men. And there are no women among them at all. At least no women come to mind. The inventors of the airplane, automobile, electric engine, satellites, and missiles were also men. Right now, one of the most popular arts is cinema, and a director is needed to make the film. He is one of the most important figures in cinema. And once again, all the best film directors are men. There are some women, but they're rare. And their movies aren't as outstanding and interesting as the men's. The best musicians are always men, and philosophers, both those who have come down to us from antiquity and modern ones, also men.
Why are you telling me all this, Vladimir?
It's just that I have this idea. I think it will help you.
What idea? Can you share it with me?
This idea. Anastasia, you should be paying more attention to beautification here and to raising our child and not overburden yourself about the world and people. Ultimately, men can sort out all these matters. Only men, that's what the statistics say. Exact impartial science. In history, too, it's always been that men did the main things, and there's no getting away from history either. Do you understand how incontrovertible this idea is?
Yes, I understand you, Vladimir.
Just don't get upset. It's better to understand it all sooner and go about your own affairs and not those which others can do better. You're trying to change the world for the better, but only men can do that. They have invented all the best things and created everything better than women. Do you agree?
Vladimir, I agree that outwardly man looks like the creator, if you look at it from a material standpoint.
What does that mean, outwardly? How else, from what other standpoint, can you look at incontrovertible facts? Don't get all philosophical here. Just tell me specifically, can you create anything? For instance, can you at least embroider? Can you embroider a pretty design on fabric with a needle?
I couldn't embroider a design.
But why?
I couldn't pick up a needle. A needle is something made from the depths of living nature. Why create something if first you have to destroy a great living creation? Imagine someone foolish slashing a picture, Vladimir, the canvas of a great artist, a creator, as you put it, and start cutting little rabbits and figures out of the pieces of canvas. Can his action be called creativity, after first discounting his foolishness? But if someone else who is intelligent and understands what is around him does the same thing, then his actions take on a different definition.
What?
Let's think about this together. For instance, his actions could be called vandalism.
Really now, that's going too far. You mean all creators and artists are vandals?
They are artists and creators in their awareness of the universe at their level. But if you find an awareness at another level, their creations will come about by other means.
What other means?
The same means the creator used to create everything in his burst of inspiration. And he has given the ability to create his creations and make new ones to man alone.
How did the Creator create everything? And what instrument did he give man for creation?
Thought is the great Creator's main instrument. And man has been given thought. Creations are true when operating in the thoughts. Undertakings are the soul, intuition, emotions, and most of all, the main thing, an awareness of purity. Look, a flower is growing at your feet. Its shape and color are beautiful. They change a half tone in living creation. Now improve it with your thought. Concentrate. Try to change them for a better vision.
Like what, for example?
Imagine for yourself, Vladimir.
Well, I can imagine. For instance, let this ox eye have a red pedal and the other stay the way it is, as if they alternate. I think that would be better, more cheerful. Suddenly, Anastasia became completely still. She began looking closely at the white ox eye. And you realize, quietly, slowly, but before their eyes, the ox eye changed the color of its petals. They now alternated, red, white, and red again. At first the red ones were barely noticeable, then they got redder, and finally they were ablaze, so they seemed to shine red.
There you see, it happened as you thought it, and I created it all with my thought.
You mean all people can do that?
Yes, and they do. But they use material which they have first deadened, and what is dead can only decompose. Thus humanity has been struggling for centuries to halt the decomposition of their creations. And thus human thought is given over more and more to decay. And man has no time to think. True creation is called for. Thought precedes everything. Then with time it is embodied in matter or society is rearranged. But they can't tell right away whether what they have created is better or worse. Here you wanted to change the color of the ox eye petals. I changed them with my thought. The ox eye obeyed man's thought. Now look closely. Did you think of something better? Something more perfect than what had been?
I think it's more cheerful now and colorful.
But why do you speak of your new creation without enthusiasm?
I don't know. Maybe there's still something missing, some colors, I don't know yet.
The colors now contradict each other. The gentlest half-tones have paled because of the color. Loud color cannot evoke calm, gentle feelings.
All right, try to put it all back.
I can't. The ox eye itself can change back. The red will diminish. We did not kill it after all. It is alive. Nature itself will restore everything to harmony.
So in your opinion, Anastasia, all men are slow-witted vandals and women are creators?
All men and women are one. The principles are in each and the two merge into one. In creation too they are indivisible. Earthly being exists for them both.
But how can that be? It's not at all clear. Here am I, for instance. I'm just a man.
But what are you made of, Vladimir? The flesh of woman and the flesh of man merged into one. They united in you and the spirit of both merged into one spirit.
Then why did they say and write treaties about what a woman is and what a man is, and which of them is stronger, which is superior?
Think about who wants and to what purpose to replace your awareness, your consciousness, which the Creator gave everyone from the beginning, with their own dogma.
But what if the Creator gave some more than others, and he, the teacher, is trying to share his wisdom with everyone?
Each shoot on earth, each seed of a birch, cedar or flower, has plenty of the Creator's information. So how could the idea come to you that the creators might contemplate falling short for the supreme creation? What could be more insulting to the Father than a reproach such as that?
You know, I'm not reproaching anyone. I'm just thinking to myself.
End of chapter. Join us for the last segment of The Dimension of Love, Book 3 of the Ringing Cedar series. Who are you, Anastasia?